Do you sometimes wonder if you are flexible enough? I am Liebscher Bracht, and today I will show you a few basic flexibility exercises that you should be able to do. If you are not there yet, we will also do the exercises together, so you can practice and repeat them until you achieve that degree of flexibility. By the way, if you are over 50, no excuses, because you can always improve your flexibility throughout your entire life. I will show you the exercises and you can do them along with me. The first exercise is about stretching your thigh muscles, and we do the following. Get down to the 4-point position and then keep going with your buttocks towards your heels, and at the very least, you should be able to sit like that without it bothering you much. And now we will do the exercise to improve your mobility in case you cannot sit like that. By the way, if you can sit like that, then you are simultaneously moving your pelvis backwards and moving further towards the ground. You can go so far that you can even lie down on the ground. But that is not necessary. What is important is that you can put pressure on your heels. Go precisely into that angle. For example, if you now notice here, it doesn't go any further. You feel the tension in the knee, in the thigh, in the back of the knee. Then you go exactly to the point where the stretching is so intense that it hurts, but it is still just bearable. Yes, so you have a stretching pain. We need that to increase your flexibility. But it must still be tolerable. And then you stay here and wait. When time passes, we do it for about 2 minutes, then you'll notice it goes a little further. And just as you can increase without causing too much pain, you should do the exercise more and more. It may feel better for you at some point if you place a pillow underneath or a firm cushion, which you place in such a way that you are always in your maximum range of motion. Now stay exactly at the angle where you can still endure it well. And I go a little further, taking the pelvis back. Everyone who can do that does it as well. And maybe we stop here where we lean on the elbows. And now we simply wait a little while longer and let the stretching continue. Breathe nicely. Always increase the intensity when you exhale. And always stay at your limit. That is the most important thing for now, that you can feel this boundary where it already hurts a lot, but it is still bearable. Because then you have made the best progress. And then we go slowly back out. And we go directly into the prone position. Please now try to see how far you can bring your foot towards your buttocks. And can you grab your foot and then pull it towards your buttocks? This is a similar exercise, just the other way around, so to speak. You should also be able to do that well. It may be that you are only here. It may be that you cannot even grasp the foot. But if you can't reach your foot and you bend your hip, then you can usually reach it. But you must not do that. You have to keep your groin on the ground so that the hip is not bent. And how do you practice now if you can't reach? You use a tool. I'll show you how it's done. You can also take a towel or a belt. You put it around your foot. Stomach down. And now, before you pull, you can go down with the groin to the floor and then start pulling. You must make sure to always stay nicely on the ground during the exercise. Always consciously press with your groin against the ground. Move your fingers along the ground. And pull your foot more and more towards your buttocks. Breathe in deeply, exhale deeply. And with every exhale, you move a little further. The most important thing in the exercise is that you really stay firmly on the ground with your groin. And you will notice that if you do this exercise every day, you will make great progress. Because our bodies are built in such a way that they can be changed until the end of life. This is genetically programmed, so to speak. You just have to take the time to do that. And then you will have your reward. There is no way around it. Then we stop doing the exercise and move on to the next exercise. It would be good if you have a chair. I am also getting one right now. Put it in front of you. Fully extend your knees. And then let yourself sink further down as much as possible. And the goal is for you to reach the floor with your fingertips. But no matter where you are, if you are also here and already feel the stretching in the back of the knees, in the back of the legs, maybe in the calves, then you just practice up to here. No matter what your position is, you try to improve it where you are. Keep going further down. The knees must be fully extended. You will notice the stretch mostly in the back of your knees. Above all, if you have a Baker's cyst, then you will notice it even more in the popliteal fossa. But you will be surprised because after the exercise it is much less painful. Breathe, keeping your back relatively straight at first. And then you bend more and more. Because you need to try to come down to the ground with your fingertips. You can also hold on here. I'll show it from the front maybe. You can support yourself here on your knees. And you can work further down up to your lower legs. It pulls in the back of the knees. It pulls on the back of the legs. It can pull even in your buttocks. There may be a pulling sensation in the lower back, in this entire area. And you simply do it along with us as we show it now. You will notice it gets better every time. And eventually you will not only touch with your fingertips, but eventually you may be able to touch with your fist and continue towards the ground. There is a very interesting study that Japanese doctors have conducted. They have found that people who can touch the floor with their fingertips have significantly fewer cardiovascular problems, complaints and diseases compared to those in the control group who cannot touch the floor with their fingers. The next exercise focuses on the abdomen and the hip flexor. You go onto your mat or onto the floor. Round your back and then move your pelvis towards the ground. and you are sufficiently stretched when you barely touch the ground with the front part of your pelvis. If you only get this far, then this is your starting position. And then you come a little further. No matter at what height, this stretching will not go any further for you. Just hang in there. Repeat the exercise every day. You will notice that you will get further down each day. And do the same as with the other exercises. Breathe deeply in and out. During the exercise, it is important that you move your groins towards the floor. Not the abdomen or the navel, but the groins. So do not arch your lower back too much, but instead let the pelvis hang down. Not the abdomen. And you keep breathing further in. You notice how it gives way no matter what position you are in now. And just do it like that. These are the 5 exercises that are essential for the body. Repeat this video until you have achieved the goals. If you have already reached the goal with some of the exercises in between, then just do the remaining exercises. You rewind and continue with the exercises that allow you to improve what still needs to be improved. And you will notice how your quality of life drastically improves just with these 5 exercises. You will get a completely different body. And the difference will be even greater the more restricted your mobility was before. It will be a before and an after. Especially when you are older, you will have a different second half of life. Much less pain, therefore less pain medication. Surgeries become unnecessary. It's worth it. Do this regularly until you have this basic mobility. Then we slowly release. After this exercise, it is always recommended to move in the opposite direction. Very carefully. You notice it pulls and tugs at every corner and edge. Then sink down nicely again to compensate for that. And you come out again, and now it's time for the head. The basic mobility for the head should be such that you can definitely turn it to the side. Not only up to here or up to here or up to here, what is very often the case. You always notice a mobility restriction when you have to turn around in the car. The view over the shoulder can no longer be achieved, and therefore you have to turn with your whole torso to do that. And the exercise for that is also very simple. If you can't turn your head, then you have to turn it until it gets better. How do we do that? We turn the head to the left. We take the left hand and pull it further. Whether you pull here on the lower jaw or whether you grab here at the top. Maybe even pressing with the hand. You have to try. For me, this feels the best right now. Reach with the left hand to the right temple and pull further to the left. And that's also very nice with this exercise because you can observe your field of vision. And you will notice the more often you do them, the more things you can see that you haven't seen before. Because your head simply didn't turn far enough. You do the same on the other side. You touch the left temple with your right hand and keep turning. Pay attention to the breathing rhythm. Exhaling means stretching a little further. Inhale, stand still. And especially during the exercise, it is also very advantageous if you not only pull your head to the right with your hand, but also actively want to turn your head at the same time. So use the strength of your own head and the strength of the right hand. And then slowly release. And with that, we are done. Repeat the video until you can do all 5 exercises as I have shown. It's worth it, I promise you. If you would like to have more exercises on other topics, feel free to click on our channel. There you will find many videos on other topics, such as back pain or sciatica problems. Go in, click there and take a look. I believe you will be excited and we will see each other on another video.